हेलो गैस, आज हम लोग ह्यूमन हेल्थ एंड डिजीज़ के बारे में पढ़ेंगे। हेल्थ फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम was considered as a state of body and mind where there was a balance of certain humors. This is what early Greek like Hippocrates as well as Indian Ayurveda system of medicine asserted. It was thought that persons with a black belt belonged to hot personalities and would have fevers. This idea was arrived at by pure reflective thought, the discovery of blood circulation by William Harvey using experimental method, and the demonstration of normal body temperature in a person with a black bile using thermometer disproved the good humor hypothesis of health. In later years, biology stated that mind influences through neural system and endocrine system. Our immune system, that our immune system maintains our health. Hence, mind and mental state can affect our health. Of course, health is affected by first, genetic disorders, deficiencies with which a child is born, and deficiencies or defects which the child inherits from parents from birth. Second, infections, and third, lifestyle, lifestyle including food and water we take, rest and exercise we give to our bodies, habit that we have or lack, etc. The term health is very frequently used by everybody. How do we define it? Health does not simply mean absence of diseases or physical fitness. It could be defined as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well being. When people are healthy, they are more efficient at work. This increases productivity and brings economic prosperity. Health also increases longevity of people and reduces infant and maternal mortality. Balanced diet, personal hygiene, regular exercise are very important to maintain good health. Yoga has been practiced since time immemorial to achieve physical and mental health. Awareness about diseases and their effect on different bodily function, vaccination, immunization against infectious diseases, proper disposal of waste, control of vectors, and maintenance of hygiene in food and water resources are necessary for achieving good health. When the functioning of one or more organs or system of the body is adversely affected and characterized by appearance of various signs and symptoms, we say that we are not healthy. That is, we have a disease. Diseases can be broadly grouped into infectious and non-infectious. Diseases which are easily transmitted from one person to another are called infectious diseases. Infectious diseases are very common and every one of us suffers from these at some times or others. Some of the infectious diseases like AIDS are fatal. Among non infectious diseases, cancer is the major cause of death. Drug and alcohol abuse also affect our health adversely. Common diseases in humans: a wide range of organisms belonging to bacteria, viruses, fungi, protozoans, helminths, etc. Could cause disease in man. Such disease causing organisms are called pathogens. Most parasites are therefore pathogens as they cause harm to the host by the living in or on them. The pathogens can enter a body by various means, multiply, and interfere with the normal vital activities, resulting in morphological and functional damage. Pathogens have to adapt to life within the environment of the host. For example, the pathogens that enter the gut must know a way of surviving in the stomach at low pH and resisting the various digestive enzymes. A few representative members from a different groups of pathogenic organisms are discussed here along with the diseases caused by them. Preventive and control measures against these diseases in general are also briefly described. Salmonella typhi is a pathogenic bacterium which causes the typhoid fever in human beings. These pathogens generally enter the small intestine through food and water contaminated with them and migrate to other organs through blood. Sustained high fever, 39 to 40 degrees Celsius, weakness, stomach pain, constipation, headache, and loss of appetite are some of the common symptoms of this disease. Intestinal perforation and death may occur in severe cases. Typhoid fever could be confirmed by vital test. A classic case in medicine, that of Mary Mellon, nicknamed Typhoid Mary, is worth mentioning here. She was a cook by profession and was a typhoid carrier who continued to spread typhoid for several years through the food she prepared. Bacteria like Streptococcus pneumonia and Haemophilus influenzae are responsible for the disease pneumonia in humans, which infects the alveoli, air-filled sacs of the lungs. As a result of the infection, the alveoli get filled with a fluid, leading to a severe problems in respiration. The symptoms of pneumonia, including fever, chills, cough, headache. In severe cases, the lips and fingernails may turn grey to bluish in color. A healthy person acquires the infection by inhaling the droplets of an aerosols released by an infected person or even by sharing glasses and utensils with an infected person. Dysentery, plague, diphtheria, etc. are some of the other bacterial diseases in man. Many viruses also cause diseases in human beings. Rhinoviruses represent one such group of viruses which cause one of the most infectious human ailments, the common cold. They infect the most nose and the respiratory passage but not the lungs. The common cold is characterized by nasal congestion and discharge, sore throat, harshness, cough, headache, tiredness, etc., which usually lasts for 3 to 7 days. Droplets resulting from cough or sneezes of an infected person are either inhaled directly or transmitted through contaminated objects such as pens, books, cups, doorknobs, computer keyboards, or mouse, etc., and cause infection in a healthy person. Some of the human diseases are caused by protozoans too. You might have heard about malaria, a disease man has been fighting since many years. Plasmodium, a tiny protozoan, is responsible for this disease. Different species of Plasmodium, Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malaria, and Plasmodium falciparum, are responsible for different types of malaria. Of these, malignant malaria caused by Plasmodium falciparum is the most serious one and can even be fatal. Let us take a glance at the life cycle of Plasmodium. Plasmodium enters the human body as a sporozoite in the infectious forms. Through the bite of the infected female Anopheles mosquito, the parasites initially multiply within the liver cells and then attack the red blood cells. RBCs resulting in the rupture. The rupture of RBC is associated with the release of toxic substance hemojoin, which is responsible for the chill and high fever. Recurring every 3 to 4 days, when a female Anopheles mosquito bites an infected person, these parasites enter the mosquito's body and undergo further development. The parasites multiply within them to form sporozoites that are stored in their salivary glands. When these mosquitoes bite a human, the sporozoites are introduced into his or her body, thereby initiating the events mentioned above. It is interesting to note that the malarial parasite requires two hosts, human and mosquitoes. To complete its life cycle, the female Anopheles mosquito is the vector or the transmitting agent too. When the mosquito bites another human, sporozoites are injected with a bite. तो सबसे पहले क्या हुआ? मॉस्किटो ने बाइट किया, पैरासाइट स्पोरोजाइट्स रीच द लीवर थ्रू ब्लड के थ्रू आए. द पैरासाइट रिप्रोड्यूसेस asexually in the liver cells, bursting the cell and the releasing into the blood. Parasite reproduce asexually in red blood cells, busting the red blood cells and causing cycles of fever and other symptoms. Released parasites infect new red blood cell. Sexual stages or gametocytes develop in red blood cell. Gametocytes, female and female से gametocytes हुआ. Female mosquito takes up gametocyte with blood male. Fertilization and development take place in the mosquito's gut. Mature infective stages of sporozoites escape from the gut, migrate to the mosquito salivary gland. This is the stages in the life cycle of Plasmodium. Entamoeba histolica is a protozoan parasite in the large intestine of a human which causes amoebiasis, amoebic dysentery. Symptoms of the disease include constipation, abdominal pain and cramps, stools with excess mucus and blood clots. Houseflies act as a mechanical carriers and serve to transmit the parasite from a feces to infected person to food and food products, thereby contaminating them. Drinking water and food contaminated by the fecal matter are the main source of infection. Ascariasis is the common roundworm by Eukarya and the filarial worm are some of the helminths which are known to be pathogenic to man. Ascariasis, an intestinal parasite, causes ascariasis. Symptoms of these diseases include internal bleeding, muscular pain, fever, anemia, and blockage of the intestinal passage. The eggs of the parasite are excreted along with the feces of an infected person which contaminated soil, water, plants, etc. A healthy person acquires this infection through contaminated water, vegetables, fruits, etc. Eukarya vencapri and malai, the filarial worms, cause a slowly developing chronic inflammation of the organs in which they live for many years, usually the lymphatic vessels of the lower limbs, and the disease is called elephantiasis or filariasis. The genital organs are also often affected, resulting in gross deformities. The pathogens are transmitted to a healthy person through the bite by the female mosquito Scuculus. Many fungi belonging to the genera Microsporum, Trichophyton, Epididomyophyton are responsible for ringworm, which is one of the most common infectious diseases in man. Appearance of dry, scaly lesions on various parts of the body, such as skin, nails, and scalp, are the main symptoms of the diseases. These lesions are accompanied by intense itching. Heat and moisture help these fungi to grow, which makes them thrive in skin folds such as those in the groin or the between the toes. Ringworms are generally acquired from soil or by using towels, clothes, or even the comb of infected individuals. Maintenance of a personal and public hygiene is very important for prevention and control of many infectious diseases. Measures for personal hygiene include keeping of the body clean, consumption of clean drinking water, food, vegetable, fruits, etc. Public hygiene includes proper disposal of waste, excreta, periodic cleaning and the disinfections of water reservoirs, pools, cesspools, and tanks, and observing a standard practice of hygiene in a public catering. These measures are particularly essential where the infectious agents are transmitted through food and water, such as typhoid, amoebiasis, ascariasis, in case of airborne diseases such as pneumonia and common cold. In addition to the above measures, close contact with the infected person or their belongings should be avoided. For diseases such as malaria and filariasis that are transmitted through insect vectors, the most important measure is to control or eliminate the stagnation of water in and around residential areas, regular cleaning or household coolers, use of mosquito nets, introducing fishes like gambusia in ponds that feed on mosquito larvae, spraying of insecticides in ditches, drainage areas, and swamps, etc. In addition, doors and windows should be provided with a wire mesh to prevent the entry of mosquitoes. Such precautions have become more important, especially in the light or recent widespread incidences of the vector-borne diseases. Aedes aegypti mosquitoes, like dengue and chikungunya in many parts of India. The advancement of made in biological science have armed us to effectively deal with many infectious diseases. The use of vaccines and immunization programs have enabled us to completely eradicate a deadly disease like smallpox. A large number of other infectious diseases like polio, diphtheria, pneumonia, and tetanus have been controlled to a large extent by the use of vaccines. Biotechnology, about which you will read more in Chapter 12, is at the verge of making available newer and safer vaccines. Discovery of antibiotics and various other drugs has also enabled us to effectively treat infectious diseases. Thank you. I'll closing this till here only. If you like, please tell me in the comment section about this topic.